Welcome to my video.
Hello everybody. I had planned on staying away from these breakdown videos for a while because I'm pretty busy on another project of my own. But Frosted Forest Sasquatch posted some new footage that he shows and claims is Bigfoot. And I took a quick look at it and decided to look at it in more detail. Now, if you go to my webpage, my YouTube page, you'll see a breakdown on this piece of footage right here. And when I looked at this one, it was, I was able to make it pretty clear. There's some foliage in front here. You have a camera that's metered for darkness, so anything in direct sunlight is overexposed. And the contrast between overexposed foliage and a dark area in the background makes it kind of stand out. Now, when you jog this back and forth, now this is zoomed in, and I have it stabilized so that the subject here is in the center of the screen. And when I jog this back and forth, you can see the movement of the foliage, the relative motion. There's some foliage right up here and right up here. He moves to the left. He moves the line of sight, so the foliage is now not blocking the subject in the background. And as you move further, more foliage comes in and starts to block it. All right, so it's the same with the new piece of footage that he's posted. Now again, I've taken what he calls the subject in the background and I've stabilized it to where it stays in the center of the screen. I tried to sharpen this up a little bit, but it was kind of hard to do. Again, you have an area in the background here that is in direct sunlight, and then an area next to it which is slightly darker. And as you can see, the dark area really isn't that dark. It's probably, the same color as this tree here. But the contrast between this white and that dark really kind of makes it stand out. Now, if you were looking at this, with your eye, it wouldn't look nearly this washed out, this area in direct sunlight here. Your eye would be able to pick out more detail, but the camera doesn't. So it just looks like this white blob back there. And like I said, the dark area being adjacent to it really kind of makes it stand out. So I'm going to go ahead and jog this forward again and kind of do the same thing. You'll see this is kind of the side of the shot right here, and I've stabilized the subject to the center of the screen. So as I move this forward, you'll see it kind of morphing, all right, morphing shape. Again, what's happening here is the camera is moving, changing the line of sight. So now, as he moves left, foliage, probably from this tree right here with leaves on it, I'm guessing, is now being brought into the line of sight between the subject and the camera. All right, now he's both panning, but you can't see that because of the stabilization. But there's also some relative movement towards the left as well. I'll just jog it back and forth there, and you can see that foliage. All right, you can see how the foliage just moves across the dark area. All right, now here's the same clip without the red circle that he drew in there. A little bit shorter. But I was able to clean it up a little bit here. One thing you need to notice, one thing that's into play in this shot right here, and this a little bit more apparent right here, there's a bush that's only about 3 feet in front of him that you can see. And you can see it on the unedited footage as well. But it's right here in front of him. But it comes into play, as well as this tree, branches coming off this tree in the background here. All this comes into play to make this dark spot in the background seem like it's moving. All right, so let me just play both these clips for you, and you can see what it looks like in real time as I've stabilized them. All right, you can see as he's panning, the relative motion there. It's called parallax error. All right. It doesn't take a whole lot of camera movement to make something far off and something about midway through move relatively a large distance. Okay, well, that's my 2 cents on it. Like I said, that's not a Bigfoot back there. Like I said, I think his name is Ryan. He's not trying to perpetrate a hoax or anything like that. He's just taking footage of an area that he thinks has activity, and there may be activity out there. There's very good possibility based on some of the things he's shown, the stick structures and other evidence, that there might be creatures out there. And I've said it before. I'm a believer. I want to see these creatures captured on film and classified as a species. Unfortunately, this ain't it. So, sorry to burst anybody's bubble or anything, but that's not Bigfoot. Thanks for watching.
Have a nice day.